didn't end, guys, Jeopardy with Alex Trebek. So he passed away last year and a pancreatic cancer. It was really sad, but Jeopardy is such a long-standing show. We all kind of speculated who would be the next Jeopardy host. And Jeopardy in itself is, I don't know, like we all grew up with it. It's like last appointment television. Like you can turn it on at any point and just be completely engaged and play along with it. So Jeopardy holds a special place in my heart. Who did you guys have like pinned? Like this person would be an excellent Jeopardy host.
Burton.
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
I've been muted this whole time. What? LeVar Burton. He taught us how to read. He was on Star Trek and taught us to love aliens. Why wouldn't he teach us about random facts over other things?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of lean in the camp of maybe they should have just ended Jeopardy. I mean, it's over 30 years. Just kind of like, when something happens to Pat Sajak,
Mm-hmm.
I will never watch Wheel of Fortune again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or Vanna.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a reason that they haven't been able to replace any of these people, right? Because
They're iconic.
classic.
Yeah.
yeah,
They made
don't
the
know,
show.
it was just like Trebek and Jeopardy, Icon, anything under that, I just won't see it meeting up. It's just a money grab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Jeopardy compared to like NCSI or CIS, obviously doesn't pull in the same amount of revenue, and of course, like their generation demographic is significantly older, like boomer age. And we have variations of Jeopardy now. So like the show that we were talking about in our pre-show, which is called Actually, is just like a really nerdy specific Jeopardy. I really wanted to see LeVar Burton step into that role because I felt like that felt really natural. But they did find a new host, and his name is Mike Richards. Does anybody know who that is?
Nope, never heard of it.
Exactly.
Who is this dude?
So I want to start this by saying that Alex Trebek handpicked his successor, and he wanted Ken Jennings to be his successor because he had won 74 consecutive Jeopardy games. He ended up becoming like a producer for the show, because of his vast knowledge. Alex Trebek left him like a handwritten note and left him some cufflinks, and it's pretty much like, you're it. But novelty only gets you so far, and like Ethan mentioned, like it's a cash grab, so they wanted somebody entertaining, which I think that's not what Jeopardy is. Jeopardy isn't like Hollywood Squares or anything like that. Like Jeopardy is scholarly, I guess. That
Be
was
the
like
biggest nerd, yeah.
Yeah. So Mike Richards was one of the executive producers of Jeopardy, and he was actually put in charge to find the replacement. They set up calls with other guest hosts like Anderson Cooper, LeVar Burton, Aaron Rodgers, but they didn't really quite hit that mark for Sony. And Richards actually has really deep roots in the game show industry. He produced for the Game Show Network. He had auditioned for Price is Right after Bob Barker passed away, but he ended up becoming producer. He was a producer on Wheel of Fortune. So he has like extensive knowledge in this industry. And he has co-hosted and hosted other things before. I can't tell you what they are because I don't know. But yeah, so he wasn't even supposed to be on the list for them. I guess like their head list, or what do they call it?
Yeah.
A headhunter, basically. And Sony is actually the one who made that decision. But it's been like largely criticized because it feels very Cheney a la Bush is what the Times article I read kind of alluded to. So Cheney was supposed to find the vice president for President Bush's campaign, but then he ended up becoming the candidate instead, which I thought was kind of funny to allude to. But
Yeah,
yeah,
just say nobody
so-
else fits the bill, and like, oh, why don't I do it?
yeah. And the girl, her last name is Balik. She's from Big Bang Theory. She's like the astrophysicist, like in real life. She is.
yeah.
She's
Amy.
supposed, yeah, Amy. She's supposed to guest star like on their Prime show slot. So right now she's only scheduled for one, and Mike Richards is for the rest of them. But
I would prefer like her over anybody else that we've talked about, just because
Mhm.
even like she has that presence about her.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. She got her own spin-off show, or not spin-off, but she got her own, TV show with her in the cat cafe, and I just didn't love it.
I didn't even know she had one.
Mhm. We
This-
only got like 1 to 3 episodes in. Like I just it was meh to me. But I think she would be a good fit for a host because she is a neuroscientist. Like half of these topics are her shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the Jeopardy game for my Switch, so I think I'm going to be playing that more lately. It just in honor of Alex Trebek. And I thought it was interesting. It was just like so much drama, like trying to find the next Alex Trebek. But I guess I have to agree with Ethan. Like, there is no other Alex Trebek. And Jeopardy and Alex Trebek are like synonymous. So I'll be interested to see how the show does after.
And it'll
So
be in
you brought up CSI earlier, and I gotta wave my fist at him. I'm so pissed off at that, right?
Pissed off at
So,
what?
so CSI started. It was the first show, right? And it took
Mhm.
place in Las Vegas.
Mhm.
So now that they branched out so much of the other ones, they canceled CSI like 3 years ago, and now they're bringing it back under the name CSI Las Vegas. Like they demoted it for one,
Like, it's not the CSI anymore.
but they brought back
Damn.
all the same people. Like they brought back all the characters. They're just older. And then they like demoted it to one of the like the branded ones. So they're like CSI Miami and CSI this.
That one was my favorite. CSI
Right.
Miami.
So now you have CSI, like CSI the original is not going to be CSI Las Vegas, and it's just like, right? Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Why would you do this?
I do love CSI Miami though, and NCIS. It's not NCSI. It's NCIS. I actually really love that one too. So those are like my two CSI shows.
After they got Gibbs off that show, I stopped watching.
What? Gibbs goes off the show?
Yeah, you never heard about it? It was like
No.
a real life thing though. So he became one of the main directors of the series in the later episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And so him and other actors like got into this big altercation, and he started throwing shit at people. And so they fired him from the show.
What?
That's why.
I can see it.
That's why you don't throw shit at people, dude.
Mhm.
You just stroke your beard. Just
Yeah, but he left, then Abby left, and then it just like free falls from there to where everybody was
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Abby rocked. But yeah, that was the drama with Jeopardy.
interested to see like how it goes because like Ethan said earlier, Price is Right. We lost Bob Barker. But
Mhm.
what they did was move Drew Carey over from Whose Line Is It Anyway? So we were already familiar with Drew Carey. We loved him for what he had. But I mean, how many
See-
times have you watched The Price is Right since Drew Carey got on?
I've been waiting
Like
for this.
ever.
And in all
Yeah.
fairness, I've seen as much as that as I've seen the regular Price is Right, right?
I love
'Cause-
Price is Right.
But the time of day, right? You had to like
Mhm.
stay home from school,
Yeah.
and you would
Mhm.
watch it. But anyway, so the comparison the debunking of the comparison I can make is that The Price is Right is an infomercial, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
The whole point is to sell the stuff, so it makes sense to be a cash grab. Jeopardy had a different feel about it.
with bringing in the guy that nobody really recognizes is them not making it a cash grab, because they could put LeVar Burton and use his name to bring more people into it. Or
Well,
even
yeah,
if,
no, I mean, yes, you're right. But again, they could also use the person that Alex Trebek said you should leave, right? The
yeah,
person that fans know that could carry on the spirit of the show. I think that's the biggest downside, right?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
When they change the spirit of the show, people stop watching. And that's the biggest hurdle that most of the shows have had because they just remake everything now.
Yeah, I can
Mhm.
see that point. Kind of like another live action Disney movie.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but honestly, how many more live action Disney movies would you go see?
None.
Yeah, right? Like there's nothing
Yeah.
that interests you.
Aladdin was the last good one. Mulan was. We talked about Mulan. It's garbage.
It's not good.